Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be doing a lot of commentary here on this. Just want to let you know this is stage 3, 4, and 5 because most of you sent me your requests for players all at one time, which was great. So I'm going to be going through the list here in just a moment to set it all up, to give everybody what they wanted, what they needed, what they requested, which will then finalize the rosters, minus a few of you who want to quote-unquote make cuts, if you will. Most teams have submitted their cut list, so I have it, and some have already had players cut from their team. It is 4:15 on the East as I do this in the morning like a psychopath. But that being stated, I'm going to set a deadline for people to figure out their cuts today. Hopefully everybody get their cuts in because I want to advance the season along, as right now we are still in the preseason setup. We will be moving past this today, so we'll not be going any further than the preseason where it's at. It's moving along. I have no idea what I just said, but it is moving along. So what I plan on doing now is going through the teams that wanted their last few couple of players, as I'm going the wrong direction, and teams will get finalized this way as far as signings. Now, if you saw a player on the roster going on gunshot, if you saw a player on the free agency and you didn't get in touch with me, that's so be it. That player will remain on the free agent market for now, because the only way to get a player now is if a player of yours gets injured, and that's following this cycle right here. Now I'm just going to give what was great is nobody picked the same players, so I guess everybody was assuming who was going to be picking who, or guys jumped down the list. So I'm going to be filling in rosters, boom boom boom, with who they wanted. Like right here's the Aviators. They gave me their list of 3, 4, and 5 of what they wanted. I'm just going to give them all to them right away, instead of going in order and then jumping back to the next round, since nobody had the same selections. I'm giving them a wide receiver, a tight end, and a corner right now, because that's what they had asked for. So I'm going on the wide receiver list and giving them the players they wanted. So that was Calvin Ridley. They went down the list deep on him. Tight end. There's Howard, who they wanted. They went young with their players. Can tell that right away. Now for their corner, and then they will have their stages complete. Where's he at? There he is. They wanted Dante Jackson because he was a man-to-man guy. I was like, sure, why not? Been in the hospital. Well, that's not good, man. Hopefully everything's good with you, bro. That sucks. I don't like hearing that kind of shit from people. Goddamn. The Black Knights going after their left inside linebacker that they wanted. Yeah, they literally needed it just for depth. That's what's wild. Desperados with a corner. Desperados with a corner, and then the Gunners actually need a corner as well. So we're going to back-to-back corners picked up right now. And I'm just going down the list in alphabetical order, outside of giving the Hounds their wide receiver. And if you can hear me drinking, I don't know if you can hear my voice. I'm really getting sick for some reason. Getting a cold. I don't know what the hell's going on. So, It sucks. There's the Desperados corner. Back out again. I believe that was it, yes. And then the Gunners, they wanted one more player, and it was another corner for themselves. Excuse me. Oh, man. Alright. The Pioneers, like I said, I'll always do myself last. There's a lot of corners being picked up right now. The Pioneer selection at corner was an interesting one, because they could have had one of these higher guys here, but they wanted Sidney Jones. What's going on, Cuevas? And a strong safety. Again, they went down the depth chart, and for some reason, oh, there he is. Jonathan Abram, who I'm a big fan of, and his overall is way low, but it is what it is with that. Okay, to the River Hogs. And for those of you who catch this, watch this, see this, and you're a part of the OCW, letting you guys know I'll be doing a show at some point here this morning. So get ready for that. I don't think they could get him, right? That's what he thought, so he had his backup plan. He thinks he has his backup plan. Where is he? There he is. We'll see if he can get him. He's over the cap. Yeah, I watch AEW. It's the only wrestling I watch right now, to be honest. Shamrocks. I have 2 players for the Shamrocks, but the one is a maybe based off of statistics, so I gotta find the statistic and look at it. Plus he told me he didn't know where he was. I don't think, no, I'm in the wrong one. Yes, I'm looking at it now. Nope. He does. Alright. Gotta go get his corner first, see where we're at. Now he told me he wanted Trey Flowers. Boom. And the player I was looking at for him did not fit what he wanted, so that would be a no. So he's good. Now the last 3 players are for my team, if I've got the cap space for them. I need a running back, a left end, and I was going after a linebacker. And I only need a running back for depth. So, I'm taking Hines because he's young. Would have taken Mixon, but he's too expensive. Trying to save some cap. Left end. I was looking through all these left ends, as you can see. They're all shitty once you get down here. So I was like, huh, where should I go? Where should I do it? Where should I get it? And then I told myself, don't, because of the price tags. Boom. Alright. Stages are complete as far as that goes. Now, I'll actually take the time while I'm on here live. And I will make the player cuts that I got from everybody. Like I said, I didn't get a cuts from all teams just yet, so I can't do it for everybody. But I will be doing it for everybody today. Meaning, if I don't hear from them, then I'm just going to lock their players in. I'm just kind of letting you guys see how much depth they got. There's not many cuts guys are making. Look at that. Some teams are going to make more cuts than others. So like when you actually bring up a player, like I'm going to bring up a player just for the hell of it here in just a second. So you guys, again, I'm just letting you see how much depth they have at each position. Now watch, I'm just going to click on Mayfield. Then you get to see on the right hand side what their uniform looks like, which is kind of cool. I do love that blue, I'm digging it. I'm finalizing team rosters. My goal is to finalize these team rosters right now. I have to get in touch with, I think it's 2 or 3 teams, don't quote me on that number, to confirm their cuts. And then I'm doing a OCW show this morning, and then I'm going to simulate our preseason games forward to the regular season, and then I plan on rocking out some games today. If all goes according to plan, we'll see the first of 4 games today. I'm not exactly sure what time that's going to start, but yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was your aviator cuts. We got the beats cuts. It's got to bring up the list. Alright, here we go. And as I told everybody, I am going to expunge all... Oh, I went free agencies like an idiot. I'm going to take away all cap penalties that anybody has. This is the first season. Everything was drafted for us. Things were done at random. We were all over the place with it. So I am going to expunge all salary cap penalties that each team's got. So that should make it nice for everybody. Okay, right end Hicks. Alright, now where are we at? Defensive tackle Crawford. Yeah, they got rid of this guy too. Whoa. Release. Yes. Jesus, what was going on there? Beats saving all kinds of cap space at this point. one as well. Okay, now he wants me to cut Brock. He said RD Brock. I believe it's FS Brock. I actually got a friend named Jimmy Brock. That's crazy. And now the beats are complete. I just want to make sure the Aviators have enough players. Aviators might have one too many freaking players for the season, but that's alright. They'll be able to make their cuts later. Alright, Black Knights. They don't have much for cuts. Oh, Jesus, you idiot. Look at this. 2 young kids. I just want to point that out. Damn, sinuses are fucking with my breathing. It's crazy. Look at that old man. And Preston Brown said he's making too much money to be the 3rd string, so I ain't gonna argue. That makes sense to me. As I said to you, not many cuts coming this way. And yep, that was it. I still need to get the team cuts from the Cougars. So they are on the cut needs, if they're going to cut anybody. Alright, moving on to the Crusaders. Cut. Marcel 8 man. Like I said, you can get a good look at the uniform there on the side. Look at that. I'm sure that uniform drives Ed absolutely nuts, as it looks like the Steelers to some degree. And buyers, alright. Tight end Wilson. Okay, now let's see if I can do this. Cut Cooper and moved McGovern to left guard, where he can become better than the current left guard. That's wild right there. Smart move from the Crusaders. rear gone. Defensive tackle Steven. And middle linebacker Scarlett. And that is it for the Crusaders. Okay, moving along. Desperados. They only have a couple cuts that they're making. Nope, almost clicked on the wrong guy. Sheesh. Look at this. 4-0. And Kendricks is going number 2 on the list. Gonna go with the younger guys. And see, everybody's got their depth pretty much across the board, which is nice. So that's working out pretty good for everybody. I swear to God, my house air conditioner just kicked on, and I don't know why. And that is it for the Desperados. The Express. And I'm very thankful to the team owners who are actually watching what's going on to these videos, paying attention to what's going on, getting involved with what we're doing, paying attention to everything that's going on, because it's making my life a lot easier. Some people are kind of involved, but kind of not, and it's like, yeah. As I told everybody when they join this league, it is going to be hot, fast-paced action. It's going to be off-the-wall craziness at all times. You have to be on your toes with this. You have to be involved with this. You need to watch every video. You can't skip any video. I know life comes first, and everybody's going to be behind an 8-ball from time to time, but there's that time when you need to, quote-unquote, catch things live. It's not like the OCW where you can catch it on a replay and it's not going to hurt you all. Missing some things here can hurt you by not catching it live. I kind of didn't scroll through the other team, but yeah. Moving on, Gunners. I've actually had the Gunners cut for like 3 days. He was ready to go. He's one of the more active owners right now. The Gunners. Thomas Goodhart talks to me on the regular about this game. He's like, well, what about? It's like, buddy, settle down, relax. Everything's going to be just fine. Forgot where I was going there for a second. And like I said, you can see everybody's got their line and their depth. So many lines are, oh boy, average. It's crazy. Oh, forgot Martin. Here's where I'm surprised he didn't cut one of these guys. But he didn't. Look at that. P.J. Williams. Look at that money on Jalen Mills way down here. and he's got this guy. And then he's not a rook. He's in the league for 2 years, so he wanted him released. He almost cut a Woozier. He didn't, but he was going to. And you got your kicker, your punter, and that's the Gunners. Do not have any cuts from Chris Davis. I have cuts for the Mounties. Mounties are going to cut Fitzpatrick and have Dallas Whalen as the backup, the rookie. Not a bad move. Save money, get rid of the old man, make room for the young kid, which is cool. And they want to get rid of McLeod at wide receiver. Rid of the center. They're good on these fronts. I'm going to get rid of Tim Settle. And Holloway. I honestly think I may have kept Settle and got rid of Trayvon for the youth, but he must have a plan. That is the cuts for the Mounties. The Mounties. I think in the Cougars, Sentinels, and Hounds, I think they're the only teams I need cuts from. It's crazy how thin some people are at certain spots. Look at that. Just the difference. I'm gonna carry 2 tight ends. Interesting. No linemen leaving the Pioneers. Hanging on to them all. And when I say all, I mean both sides of the ball. And 56 overall. No wonder he got rid of him. And that, ladies and gentlemen, I think is it for the Pioneers. Saving career, DFL autosave. The Redwoods. The Riverhogs are going to have some cuts. They have some interesting cuts they got to make. Because they're kind of stuck at their salary cap space right now. See, I'm like doing nothing to this team. If you see what I'm doing, I'm like cutting nobody. Oh, until now. He did not want all these free safeties. He's cutting one. And that was it. one guy off the mark for the Redwoods. The River Hogs. As I stated, the River Hogs are hurting for cap space right now. So, you're going to see some cuts here out of the Hogs. Maybe some players are like, oh wow, didn't suspect that. RT Conrad, what a name. RT Conrad. Almost missed him. Oh, I think he's injured. He won't be able to release him. He's got to upgrade him, apparently. So we go with the scheme fit first, like we always do. Interesting. Now, he can release him. He did that just for the cap space. That's what was crazy. That was a release just for cap space. So's this one. Running with that many corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. Oh, wait. There's the kicker. Wait, did I kick him the right one? Yes, I did. He knew he had 2 kickers. He wanted to give her another one with the most money. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the cuts for the River Hogs. Like I said, I still need the Sentinels. Sentinels, Cougars, Hounds. I need their cuts. I'm not sure the Hounds are cutting anybody at this point. I think that's what he said, but I'll make sure of that today. Bye, Scarlet. Shake butt. Well, I believe it's pronounced Butte. It just looks so stupid. Oh, wait. He changed his mind on that guy. Forgot he told me. I almost clicked on him. He ended up getting back in touch with me. He said, no, don't cut him. Sheesh. That would have sucked. Look at this. He's only going with 5 of them. He could save a lot of money if he got rid of Trey Flowers. Look at that. 5.95 in savings. Holy shit. Look at that. 5.456, 4. So much money wrapped up in corners. That is insane. It's wild. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your cuts for the Shamrocks. So, Now, like I said, all I gotta do is get in touch with the Cougars, the Sentinels, and the Hounds, see who they're cutting, if anybody. As soon as their cuts are made, I will show you what I'm gonna do. And I'll probably just do it right now because I can. Just why not? And I'll just go in and do the other three at the last minute. Go into user management, user teams. Like I said, they have them in alpha order. Here's the salary cap penalty on the far right. After teams cutting players. Let's see. I'm going to click on them. We're going to kill the cap penalties for now. This is a one-time thing that's going to happen. Everybody will be at 0 when the season starts. Then after that, your cap penalties are your cap penalties from here on out. 4.67 million going back to the Crusaders. I have one other thing I'm going to need to do, and I'll be setting up the video for that. There's trades that were offered. We have had some accepted. So I'll be going on the air to show those. So you guys just have to bear with me when I set those up. Man, league's coming together quickly. We're getting ready to rock and roll and ready to have our first season, first set of games. I'm stoked for it. I want to have you guys who actually don't own teams, start picking teams that you're going to say is your team and you're going to follow, if you will. And yeah, that's the team I'm going to support. Be a fan of that particular team. Alright, everybody's cleared off. Alright, so we're going to wrap this up. And remember, trades will affect salary cap as well. That's probably why I should have waited. Because that'll affect your salary cap. I'll have to go in there and cut that down again. But once we start simulating the games, your cap will all be at 0. So, but alright, ladies and gentlemen, end this. I'll be back in a little while with some OCW. And like I said, the trade video of trades that were made. And then we're going to start moving along the Dynasty Football League. This is the SLS Gaming Network. We out of here. Later.